Hello, friends. It is exciting day. We are starting seeds. It's the end of February. You could see I'm in the scary basement. It is a mess. My husband does not ascribe to the same techniques as me, so it's hard to walk down here, so I gotta be careful. So you could see we took some of our sweet potatoes down here, hoping they would still grow, but it's kind of cold down here. Our basement is not heated. So yesterday I had some seed potatoes I had saved, so I put them in here. And then I got some organic turmeric and I put it in this pot. See what happens. We will move this stuff all out once it gets warm, but because I live in New York, it's still quite cold. So I did start some onions, I guess a few weeks ago. So these are our bunching onions. I got these from the dollar store. They worked out really well last year, so I bought them again. It's just really tedious to separate them, but they grow and they're like scallions. We had scallions all year. There were so many of them, but I did like 3 packets last year. So I also did, oh, actually this is the leeks. Sorry. Those are the leeks. This is the bunch and onions. This is why we label. And then I did some Walla Walla. I don't like to do onions from seed, but I'm trying. These actually, I'm keeping the lid open so I recycle these clamshell containers. And this one got really moldy. So I'm leaving this one open. You could see this one's kind of ajar. But I'm leaving this open because you could see some things are sprouting. But it also is growing mold, so that's not great. So I would like to not have that happen. I just seeded some broccoli and some Romanesco in here. It does look dry on the bottom, on the top. However, I use homeopathic remedies in how I treat us for acute and chronic issues, and that's also how I started treating the plants last year, and it worked really well. So I soaked both of these mediums in calendula water first, and then I put my seeds and I'm going to sprinkle some more calendula water on top. So the calendula water actually helps make stronger seedlings and they're less likely to get disease. So in here I put some kale and some Napa cabbage. So last year I direct sowed everything and it took forever to grow. A lot of things did not germinate because we had a drier spring. It was just weird. So I'm going to start everything this year. So I'm starting some of my cold crops because I don't have the heat mats set up yet for the tomatoes and the peppers. I do need to get those set up so that I can start those because I need, they need to be done adequate time before. But my frost date, we don't usually plant anything until after May 15th. So we've got some time, but not a lot. I did pick these up, I think it was last week. An onion set. This is from a big box store. This is how I like to do the onions because it's just easier, but some of them are already getting moldy, which is not great because they won't be viable. So you want to check it to make sure they're not soft when you buy it. And then, all my seeds are kept in here. A lot of people do this. It's the file folder, photo folder. Having problems talking today. And I label everything. So I've got tomatoes in here. I'm actually waiting on some more seeds to come. Don't tell my husband. We've got cucumbers, summer squash, winter squash. I keep the desiccant packets in here too. We've got melon. This is like all herbs. That's sunflowers. Peas is here. Brassica I just pulled from. Root vegetables. We've got our greens, which I kind of is overflowing. I really need 2 of these, but my husband would not be happy. We've got beans, another bean. So I'm going to start those soon too because we did not have a great bean or cucumber last year harvest. I think this is my nightshades because we don't really eat a lot of nightshades, but I did buy a bunch of different peppers this year to try because we actually had some luck with peppers last year. So, again, every year is different. It's a learning experience. I did actually treat some of the plants down here because they had bugs on them with some sulfur homeopathic. And so I'm hoping that does something because, yeah, see, look at that. It's all nasty. I don't want the bugs transferring to my seedlings, which is also why I use the clamshells, because you could see we have fly tape up, right, with the grow lights, but not all the grow lights are on, and you know, I want to cut down on as much bug issue as I can. And when you overwinter plants, a lot of times, even if you spray them, the bugs lay in the soil, so you're kind of, you know, you have them anyway. So every year we have an issue with bugs, and so I'm hoping it wasn't so bad last year, and I'm hoping this year it won't be so bad either. But this is why I do the clamshells. Also because I can move the onions outside and do winter sowing with them, like I have outside with some of my chamomile and my tulsis and stuff. And then I can easily bring them back in the house if it's gonna, like this weekend, it's gonna get really cold again. So I'm not gonna put them outside. But that's it. We started seeds. It's commenced. We've planned our garden, what we're gonna plant this year, where I'm gonna put it, how we're gonna rotate our crops. So if you want to share with me, let me know what your setup looks like. Hopefully it's a little bit better than my setup. But again, you can have like a really simple setup and it still works, right? As long as you have lights, if you have heat to grow things that need warmth, and you have space to move and not trip on things, which I don't really have. But that's where we are today. So like this video, subscribe if you want to see what I'm doing, and share in the comments where you are with your seed journey. Talk to you soon.